Good day, everyone. So, today we shall continue on metal work and tools, and we shall be looking at the Odin devices for safe and secure work. Right? So, let's dive into this. So, we use Odin device for three reasons. Number one reason we need the Odin device is for safety. The Odin devices prevent the slipping off of this metal object when work is ongoing. Okay, so it prevents slipping and accident during operation because it will help in holding the, the metal we are working on. Another thing is that it enables accurate filing, drilling, and shaping. If your Odin device could hold the metal for you, you will be accurate in either drilling the metals or filing it or shaping it. All right. And lastly, it make our work efficient. So we can easily focus on the work we are doing because the object is well held by the Odin device. Okay, so these are the three major importance of Odin devices in our workshop. And these Odin devices are categorized into three. We have what we call devices. Second one is the clamps, and the third one is the pliers. Devices are used for holding every work. Okay, if you want to do every work like filing and sawing, you will need a device to hold your object for you. Meanwhile, the clamps are used for flexible holding for various job and positions. Okay, if you just want the object to be held in a particular angle and the other part should be flexible, the clamps is applicable. While the plier is a general purpose holding device, it can do the work of flexible holding. It can also do the work of rigid holding. All right, but majorly is hand tool. Why this is connected to uh, object to a table or bench, and this is also connected to a table or bench. The pliers usually is held in the hand, so it's more of hand to holding device. Okay, so having said that, let's now focus first of all on devices first. The first category, like we said, devices are rigid holding um, devices. They help in holding your object rigidly so that it does not move. They come in different sizes and types, and they are designed for specific metal working tasks. Okay, you see them in different form here. They provide firm, immovable grip on workpiece. So whatever you want to hold, that thing remains firm. It does not move. All right. So I want to say that let's look at different types. We have the bench vise. The bench vise is used for every work, such as filing, the chipping, for sawing. Okay, and the bench vise usually is bolted on a bench, and then it will help in holding your heavy work. Another type of vise is called a machine vise. The machine vise is used for drilling, milling, and shaping machines. Okay, so it is also used to hold the object. Okay, to achieve this aim. The hand vise helps in holding small workpiece that are too tiny for bench vise to hold. That's when you apply your hand vise. And your leg vise are blacksmith tools that are made from wrought iron. They absorb heavy blows, okay, without damage. So they are very, very strong. The leg vise are very, very strong. Even when you are, applying much pressure on them, they do not easily get damaged. So they are very, very rugged kind of holding device that we use. All right. Let's now talk about the second category of this holding device, which is the clamps. The clamps are flexible holding device where where devices are the rigid holding device. When we say they are flexible, that means the object they are holding are not completely rigid. One side can be moving. So clamps secure workpiece for various operations, and we have two primary types of them. We have the two makers clamp and the G clamp. For the two makers clamp, it has two screws, one for tightening and one for locking. Okay, so we use it for drilling angle plate marking. Okay, as you can see it here. And then the G clamp, like we said in our last lesson, is a form of G shape, secure long work piece for drilling of machine. Okay, it also work with angle plate for large jobs. So those are the two major type of clamp we have: the two makers clamp that have two screws, and then the G clamp that is in form of G letter G shape. I won't say that about clamp. Let's go to the top category of holding device, which are pliers. These perform either of the job of rigid holding or flexible holding, but it's an hand tool, you see. So the pliers are general purpose holding device that come in three main types. We have the long nose pliers. This one, you can see it here. It helps in reaching into tight spaces and help in holding small components, okay, because of the long nose it has. And then we have the flat nose plier. This is used to grip flat surfaces and bend sheet metal. So major work it does is to help in bending the sheet metal and also help in gripping surfaces that are flat. It is best to use this than the long nose. And lastly, we have the round nose pliers. This one form loops and curves in wire and metal. If you want to form loops, when I say loop, that's a circle shape or curves, you make use of these round nose pliers. You achieve that aim easier with the round nose plier. All right. Now, I will say that let's now talk about essential tool care guideline. It is important that we take care of these tools, these holding devices, because proper maintenance keep metal working tools accurate and functional for years to come. But when we are careless about their usage, after 1 or 2 years, it might easily get damaged. So how do we care for our tools? Number one, you have to use them correctly. Okay, you have to use the tools correctly. Use the right tool for the right work. Do not use the wrong tool. When you use the wrong tool for a work, you are damaging that tool. So it is important that you use the right tool for a particular piece of work. Okay? Wrong tool damage equipment and cause injury. The process of using wrong tool, you might also injure yourself because it is being applied wrongly. Secondly, to maintain our or to care for our tool, we have to clean the tool after use. Okay, you remove debris and metal shavings before storage. When you have used your holding device, make sure you clean all the debris around it before you store it. Okay. Thirdly, you have to store orderly. Okay. It's better to use rack for drills, okay, chisels, spanners. It's better you get a rack and keep these these tools, okay, instead of just throwing them in different corners. Get a rack that can contain them. Organized in a store, okay, organize them in a store and ensure that it is accessible easily. Ensure easy access. Fourth step or fourth point about tool care is that you keep it clear. Do not place tools on the pathway to prevent obstruction and dripping hazard. So, on no account should tools should be kept on pathway or walkway so that accident can be prevented or to prevent obstruction too. And lastly, prevent rust. Avoid damp storage. Do not keep your tool in a damp environment or in most environment. Let your tool be kept in a clean, dry place. Because when they are kept in a moist place, when I say moist, a place that is wet, that is where they can easily get rust. Okay? And then eventually get damaged. So it is essential that we take good care of our tools so that they can function for years to come, and this is also economical. Okay, so having said that, let's now remind ourselves of some do's and don'ts, storage best practices. How best do you store your tools? For the do's, you should dedicate a rack for your tools. You should have two racks where you keep your chisels, your drills. You keep them in the racks. So with that, it is easily well kept. It is well kept that way. Number two, under your tools, you arrange your tools in logical order. Okay, know that you have today, one part you have a screwdriver, the other part you have your plier. Again, you now have screwdriver follow. No, if you have screwdriver in one side, then the other side should be your hammer. Everyone should have section in the rack, arranged in logical order, and then we should keep in dry location. Do not keep your tools in wet places. Why? To avoid damage and rust. To make sure that your tools are kept in dry location. And then you should clean your tools before storing them. It's very essential. If you do not clean them, if you do not clean before storing, it might also easily get damaged. So these are the do's we should observe to ensure our tools are properly stored. And the don'ts are, do not live in damp areas. We've been saying and we were overemphasizing this. Do not leave your tools in damp areas that are wet, to avoid damage and rust. And again, do not store near pathway. We said it earlier, we are reiterating it again. Do not store your tools near pathway or walkway. Do not mix your tools randomly. Let them have sections for vices, sections for clamps, section for different kind of tools. Okay, then do not use wrong tool for your job. If you have anything to remove a screw, you should not use hammer, you get a screwdriver. If you have anything to use your nail, do not use your plier, use your hammer. Do not use wrong tool for your job because it might damage the tool and may likely cause accident, and that will not be good at all. All right. So master your holding devices. Master them. Proper selection and care of holding devices, such as your vise, clamp, and pliers, ensure three things: safety, precise metal work, and extend the lifespan of the tools. So, again, for a summary purpose, select your tools wisely. If you are going to work with your holding device, select the right holding device for your work. Maintain your holding device regularly by cleaning and storing them in a dry place to prevent damage. And you should work safely. Ensure that you work safely, secure your workpiece firmly. Do not allow your workpiece to slip off your holding device. So make sure that you tighten it well. If you are making it of a vise or your clamp or your plier, make sure you tighten it well or you grip it well. When you do this, accident may not likely occur. But when you do not follow these rules, then you may likely have accident, and that will not be good at all. So to have accident-free operation, make sure you follow the rules that guides the usage of holding devices. All right. I hope you have learned something today. So we shall be drawing the curtain here for today. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.